So welcome back to some more conspiracy theories and unexplained mysteries of the world. But before we get to the video, I need y'all help. I need y'all to help me unplug some more people out of the Matrix. And you do that by hitting the like button and then putting hashtag unplugged in the comment section. All right? And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Let's get to it. Here we go.
It's not as if scientists haven't taken UFOs seriously. Astronomers have been
exactly
listening for
what it
signs
is.
of life beyond our galaxy for more than 50 years. Today, these 42 high-powered radio antennas in Hat Creek, California, continue that search for extraterrestrial intelligence. It's called the SETI Institute. In the movie Contact, Jodie Foster plays a SETI researcher who picks up a signal from outer space. Her fictional character was loosely based on real-life SETI astronomers, like Dr. Jill Tarter. The chances of success in SETI are difficult to estimate. But if we never search, the chance is zero. Scientists have yet to make real contact, but some UFO enthusiasts ask, why are these researchers spending millions searching for signals from space when they claim aliens have already been here?
There it is. Oh, I got it.
Exactly. Why are we spending millions if they're already here? Or if you don't believe? Why? Does that make sense? Does that seem like we're spending our money in the right place then if we don't believe? No. It's a reason we're spending our money there.
I don't know what the hell it is.
Unlike many of the experiencers we talked to who claim to have seen UFOs,
And I looked out and there was this big red blinking UFO.
or claim they were abducted, so it went over this way.
It went southeast, basically.
Stan Romanek's story may be the most incredible.
What the hell is that thing?
Not only does he capture his alleged sightings on video,
Do you guys see it too?
he has more independent witnesses,
It was right over our heads practically.
more documentation, more so-called proof of extraterrestrial contact than anyone else.
All right, we have an extraordinary story out of Denver.
He's appeared on Larry King Live with his video.
Stan Romanek is the man who claims to have shot footage of an extraterrestrial.
It's my first time hearing of
But
him.
remarkably, Stan says his first ever UFO sighting wasn't even in the dark, but in broad daylight while he was driving his car near Denver's Red Rocks Amphitheater.
As I rolled down the window, it appeared to have noticed me at that point, where it reorientated itself and literally shot up to about 1,000, maybe 2,000 feet in an instant.
Stan says he began seeing UFOs all the time. He could barely look up without seeing some strange light or orb in the sky.
So what does that sound like? If he hadn't have already been abducted, it sounds like they've done something to his mind, maybe, possibly.
Over the years, his wristwatch stopped working.
Now he look up, he can't help but see him. Something might have been done to his mind.
Lights would flicker at his mere presence, and birds would crash into his car.
If you're a true experiencer, a true abductee, you have what's called high strangeness. All these weird, bizarre paranormal things start to happen, almost like your house is either being haunted or nobody really knows. Whoa, that thing's weird. Hey, where'd it go?
It's almost as if you're a storm chaser, like UFOs every couple weeks.
I'd reverse that. It's almost like they're chasing me.
But Stan says he witnessed even more paranormal phenomena. There was a UFO at his workplace. Orbs would follow him home at night. And ultimately, like a horror movie come true, Stan claims they came knocking at his door and woke him up in the middle of the night. You thought it was kids
Yeah, I
wearing
thought it
masks.
was, well, either kids or very small adults. They were almost a little bit too big to be kids, maybe teenagers.
You
because
thought
they
it was
were-
robbery.
Yeah, they were playing a joke or they were here to rob us. As I got closer, I started wondering if they were really masked because I could see the veins in their head. I could see their facial movements. I could see their mouth move. I could see their eyes wink. And I started to get frightened.
So what happened?
Unless you have this happen to you, it's kind of hard to explain, but suddenly a thought popped into my head.
So you think they were communicating with you telepathically?
I can't explain it any other way. I know what I experienced.
Suddenly, Stan says his mind was filled telepathically with unexplained images.
All of a sudden, bam, 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 images, thoughts, images.
And what were the images?
I had images of this horrible catastrophe, you know, winds so strong it's scouring the pavement off the earth, forests burning, devastation to the planet,
So you were seeing scenes from an apocalypse.
from some kind of apocalyptic thing. And when it was over, I'm going, when's this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Is this really going to happen?
And what if that was a warning? What if they gave him the foresight to see into the future and give you the ability to see it so you can warn everybody of what's to come? What if that's what it was?
It happened because I was pretty much in tears by this point. I was so terrified.
You're convinced that the aliens were trying to send you a message.
That's what this is all
Or
about.
warning.
And yet, Stan, from somebody who's listening to your story, it sounds like just that. It sounds like something you made up.
If you're a skeptic like I was, and trust me, I was in the same boat you were, it's like, oh, you guys are crazy. But every time I think that, something else happens to prove that I'm not crazy.
Is Stan crazy?
Is he crazy? I don't believe he's crazy. He's absolutely seen something. Things that actually happened to him. I know that just from talking with him, from seeing some of the evidence.
The Garen cattle mutilation case was really interesting.
UFO investigator Chuck Zerkowski says Stan's story is supported by more than just shaky video and grainy photos of bright lights or orbs in the big city sky.
It's one thing to say you've seen something that's unknown. It's another to say, I've been abducted.
Well, you would have the evidence, the physical evidence that's occurred to him. The marks on his legs, the marks on his body, the implants.
That's right, implants. This is just some of the evidence Chuck is talking about. See the dot in that x-ray? Stan claims it was an implant doctors found after a so-called abduction. When ABC News asked for an independent medical assessment of the implant, Stan says it suddenly disappeared. There's also these photos of marks on Stan's body, which he says were the result of alien testing.
And they're usually in triangles, perfect triangles. You can measure them, and they're like an inch by an inch by an inch by an inch.
One could argue, Stan, that these are self-inflicted.
Yeah, they could argue that. There, I found some on my back, didn't even know I had them. Now, how can I reach my back? You know? There's always an argument for everything, you know? Just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's faked.
Which brings us to the physical evidence. Stan says he found these photos on his camera after it went missing for a couple of days. Stan actually believes this is the face of an alien.
These are images that were captured on a still camera.
I don't know how they got there, but they were there when we downloaded pictures off our camera.
And what do you make of these?
To me, they look real. I mean, there's so much detail in them. I don't know how they got on my camera, but they look like ATs to me. I mean, what do they look like to you?
You know, I'm a skeptic, Stan, so I
so
think it
was
looks
I.
like, you know, I think it looks like, you know, Halloween mask.
Okay, maybe you're right. But do Halloween masks have that kind of detail?
Well, this looks like it could be shadows.
Could be.
Skeptics argue Stan and others like him are just seeing what they want to see.
How do you know that?
So what do you say to somebody saying that to you? That he is just acting out like everyone else in the world. I think right there is the key, the everyone else in the world. So everybody else is colluding together to say something. Everyone else is. Everybody's coming out now and saying just this, just for no reason. Just because they want to hop on board the train and be like everyone. I just don't see that.
And is it putting on a great big hoax?
Well, that's the investigative part. You know, I've been to his house. I've talked to eyewitnesses who were there that saw things. I've seen some of his physical evidence, and that's where you start.
Haunted apartment. The next video comes from the YouTube channel World Paranormal, which we have also featured in the past. A man named Bobby lives inside an apartment with his daughter and has experienced a wide range of paranormal events inside his home. However, just recently, He heard a strange noise coming from his daughter's room, so he decided to record and check on her to make sure she is okay while she is sleeping. Watch closely.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this dude in his house. Them darn Raggedy Ann dolls.
What is that? See, it ain't my daughter because she's snapping right there on the bed. Sounds like her closet door fell. Try not to wake her up. I don't know. That's not doing it. See, she's snapping right there. I'm trying not to wake her up. I don't know what that was, though. She is soft. Whatever it was not even waking her up. Come on, man, she's in here sleeping.
Really?
That didn't even wake her up. Come on.
Every time I see the clip of him running out as something happening and leaving his daughter, that kind of angers me a little bit. I can't even lie to y'all, man. Like, you really gonna just leave her, run out the room and leave her? Like,
Man, you need to get out of her room. Dude, I'm telling that thing's closed, right? Come on, man. Now why she's sleeping? Man, I am good on that. You need to get out of her room. Play somewhere else. What the thing? You need to stay out of her room.
trying to
While
whisper
Bobby
to it.
closely checks on his sleeping daughter, the closet door behind him suddenly makes a loud noise as it opens by itself. Being used to these frequent occurrences around the house, Bobby doesn't seem to be too scared. However, worried about his sleeping daughter, he decides to stay and watch her for a little while to make sure everything is okay. Luckily, nothing else happens in the footage, but we'll have to hope that things don't get worse for the family. If you have any video recommendations, you can send them over to depthsofdespairbusiness@gmail.com. The baby monitor. The next video was sent in by Shannon Hedger and was taken by her sister Jessica, who lives with her family over in Old Town, Florida. Jessica's daughter would often have night terrors and have to be brought into her mother's room in order to be able to sleep. Not thinking much of it, Jessica dismissed it as a normal occurrence, but then her daughter would often point around the house and mention a boy named Logan, a boy that nobody could see. Eventually, Jessica would often notice her daughter talking to something in her room whenever she would wake up from her sleep. A little creeped out by this, she decided to record her one day on the baby monitor to show her husband. What she captured gave her the chills. Watch closely.
Now, up until the shoe, I didn't really see anything abnormal. You know what I mean? Kids talk to themselves. They have some of the most illustrious imaginations. You know what I mean? And they'll come up with an imaginary person quick. If you have kids, you know that. So up until the shoe, I didn't see anything. But now, this is where I start getting a little bit, all right, a little edgy and trying to figure out, okay, what grabbed that shoe?
As you can see, the girl seems to be talking to something in the room, and as she sticks her hand out holding a sock, it sounds like she says, "You want the sock?" And then just mere moments afterwards, something appears to snatch the sock.
Now, slowing it down, I did see the snatch this time. At first, it was kind of like it happened so fast you didn't really see it, but slow down, you see the snatch. She didn't just let that go.
Out of her hand, and we can see that it flies off to the side and doesn't drop directly on the floor below.
My kid would have never slept in that room again, ever in life. Slept in that room or been alone in that room, ever again in life. Sorry, nope, not happening. I'm surprised she sat there watching the monitor that long, or maybe that was the recording. I don't know.
After this event, her younger sibling, who knows nothing of this, one day pointed at the front door and mentioned Logan, without nobody ever introducing a Logan to the family. So is this a real ghost caught on camera? Let me know. The abandoned theme park. The next video comes from the TikTok user Alan Mora, which shows some friends who decided to explore the abandoned theme park in Mexico, known as Reino Mágico. The theme park was often referred to as the Mexican Disneyland. However, many accidents occurred here and the place eventually ceased its operations and closed down, not many years after it was opened. Some people believe that the place is actually haunted, seeing as it was built over burial grounds, and more specifically, a statue of Snow White seems to creep many people out in the area. The friends explored the location and noticed something disturbing.
No, sí. Tengo una lamparota super expandex. Ah, bueno, tú tienes tu luz azul. ¿Sí?
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Es el velador, ¿no? Velador. ¡Ey! Velador.
Aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas. No mames, no te muevas de ahí. Güey.
¿Velador?
Ese no es el velador, güey.
Güey, no es el velador.
No.
Yo también creo que es el velador.
No, aguanta. Deja que mi cámara...
It'd be one of two things. Something sees you trying to get its attention, and it stops, acknowledges you, keep doing what it's doing. It's either crazy or paranormal.
Enfoque bien, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien. Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey. Eso no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón. ¡Ey! Se me cayó algo, güey. ¿Qué se me cayó? A la verga. Sentí que se me cayó mi cartera, pero no. ¡Hola!
Hold the camera.
No, las cosas. No. Güey, ¿fue aquí? No digas mamadas, güey. Buenas, velador. No mames. Esta madre no pudo haber salido, está con reja. Está con reja, güey. No digas mamadas, güey. No digas mamadas, Joe. Miren. No digas mamadas, güey. No, Joe. No. No, güey, no mames.
¿Qué fue eso, güey?
No sé.
No mames, güey. No mames.
¿Crees que haya sido ella?
Güey, no está bien.
Do you think it was her?
Banda, comparte.
No mames,
I
güey.
don't
No
want to
mames.
find out.
Across the path, the friend sees somebody else walking slowly in the park. Upon closer observation, they notice that the figure is walking in a rather peculiar manner, and is also wearing a dress. After a few seconds, the figure disappears out of view, and as they chase after it, they notice a creepy statue of Snow White, which
I ain't gonna lie, I see something in the distance, and it looks like it's wearing this yellow dress, and I run back there to it, and I don't see it anymore, and now all I see is this Disney character on the wall in the same color dress. I'm freaking out, and I'm getting out of there. I don't want to spend another moment there.
has a dress that very closely resembles that of the individual
I'd be
walking
like, nope,
by. So
I'm
could
gone.
this moving figure be the haunted statue of Snow White? The friends who recorded the video seem to think so.
And
But
then
just
look
what
at
do you think?
it look like she's staring right at you too. Oh no thank you.
Is it a ghost?
No thank you.
Or something else entirely? You be the judge. Cat and the Shadow. This next video was posted to the TikTok page Terra de Media Noche, although I'm not sure of the original source. In the footage, a man notices his cat staring off into a dark blank space in the room
wrong with that
and
cat?
has become completely unresponsive, so he decides to record. What he captures is terrifying.
Actividad paranormal.
I would have took my eyes off of that cat. That cat sees something and it's locked in on it.
Nieves. Marica se quedó con el agua, vea. ¿Qué putas, vea? Nieves. Marica. Nieves, ¿qué miras?
But that cat is frozen.
Nieves. Dios mío, parece un...
Cat might be scared to death.
Nieves.
No, his eyes are moving.
Nieves, oye, ¿qué estás viendo? Nieves, nena. ¿Qué ves, Nieves? Parece una estatua. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué estabas viendo, nena?
Ain't no way.
¿Por qué me asustas así?
Something had that cat in some type of trance or something, man.
Ya. ¿Qué pasó, mi niño? ¿Qué pasó? Ey.
Like, that cat like, nah.
¡Au! What? ¿Qué pasó?
As you can see, the cat doesn't respond to being called or even clicking in his face. But when he pans the camera across the room, we can see nothing in that dark space. But the next time he does it, we can see what looks like a dark shadow figure lurking in the corner of the room, right where the cat is staring. And when the cat snaps out of it, it becomes aggressive and hits the man. Could this be a real shadow figure sighted by the cat? As always, the final judgment is yours to make. That's all for today, guys.
Yeah, no, seeing that cat right there, bro, everything stops. Everything stops. And I'm grabbing my cat and we getting out of there. If he let me. Cat seemed like he had done got mad, frustrated, and ain't want to be bothered with nothing or no one. So, nah, I had to get out of there. Did you see the stiff and stillness of that cat? How he was locked in on what he was looking at? Yeah, no. Something ain't good in there at all. Listen, man, y'all get at me in the comment section and let me know what y'all thought of these videos. It's your boy L. Stick around and stay tuned. Leave a like. Till the next one, I'm gone, man. Peace.